Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining. My name is Daniel, and I am the Network Deployment Lead at SAP Ariba. The focus of my role is to ensure suppliers on the Ariba network are educated and prepared to transact successfully with their customers. And today, I will be leading the Nemak Supplier Portal training. Before we get started, I would like to point out some tools that are going to be helpful to you throughout this presentation. First, you have the Resources widget to the right of your screen. From here, you can download the slides from today's training session, as well as the recorded training demonstration videos. Also, at the right hand of your screen, you will see the Q&A widget. You can use this to submit a question at any time during the training. All questions will be answered at the end of the training when we break for a Q&A session, or after the session, they will be answered through email. During the Q&A, representatives from Nemak and the SAP Ariba enablement team will be answering your questions. All on-screen windows are completely movable and resizable. If you would like to make your slide view larger, you can do so easily by using the Maximize button at the top right hand of the Live View window, or simply grab the lower right corner of the Live View window with your mouse and draw the window down to the right. You may be wondering why your customer has requested your attendance in this training. Today, you will learn how to navigate and configure your Ariba network account and how to transact on the Ariba network to support your customer's process. Here's today's agenda. First, we will review the Ariba network and your customer specifications for transacting. Next, we will walk through the account configuration. And finally, we will review all of the documents that are in scope. Let's now start with our first topic. In addition to Nemak's initiative, there are several reasons why joining a business network will help increase your organization's value in today's marketplace. First, you gain access to marketing and sales opportunities that may otherwise be unavailable to you. Also, business networks allow marketing, sales, and e-commerce departments to streamline the way they communicate with existing and potential customers. And perhaps most importantly, joining a business network will help keep your organization competitive and at the forefront of the tech-driven business landscape. The image on the screen now shows how business networks can bridge processes and communication gaps that currently exist in many customer-supplier relationships. With a network, suppliers can interact easily with their customers to market, sell, fulfill, and collect payment. In addition, using a business network gives suppliers more control of how their goods and services are represented in the e-commerce marketplace. Nemak has selected Ariba Network to help streamline our procurement and accounts payable processes. As a preferred supplier, you have been invited to join Ariba Network and start transacting electronically with them. You may be asking, why Ariba Network? Well, unlike any other platform or supplier network in the industry, SAP Ariba provides access to the world's largest open trading community, with over 3 trillion is transacted per year. We are also a community of experienced leaders in the business commerce, where suppliers can get advice and education of best practices. This helps both large and small suppliers perform like e-commerce experts. Ariba Network also provides a single point for business collaboration, where suppliers can obtain leads and then work with customers and prospects on proposals, sales contracts, catalogs, and orders. Also, the network is flexible, and it will work with you the way you prefer to do your business. For example, you can interact with customers via web or via system-to-system connection. You can use many different browsers, formats, languages, and currency. There are two different options to transact through the Ariba network with your customer Nemak. You can have an enterprise account or a standard account. The onboarding of the enterprise account will be done previous to go live. And it's very simple. You will receive a trading relationship request or TRR via email. You should accept that TRR with the help of onboarding specialist. And after doing some configurations, you will be ready to transact. On the other hand, the standard account will be onboarded after go live. The process is that you will receive an interactive email with your first purchase order. You must click on the Process Order button found in this email. And finally, you either sign up or log in to your account. Let's now review what are Nemak specifications. Here, you can see what are the transactional documents that will be in scope for this transition. We start by having purchase order and purchase order confirmations. Also, advanced shipping notices and service entry sheets, GR, or goods received. We also have detailed invoices and partial invoices, as well as services invoices. Another document scope are line-level credit and debit memos. And finally, we have scheduled payments and remittance advice. Please remember that all purchase orders must be confirmed and ASM issued via Ariba Network. It's now time for the functional demonstration of Ariba Network. This demo will cover an overview and the configuration of your Ariba Network account, as well as the transactional process with Nemak. We will now see the account overview and configuration. In order to log in to your Ariba account, please go to supplier.ariba.com. Here you can use your username and password to log in, and in case you forgot your username or password, you can reset them by using the links below the login button. After you have logged in your home screen, you will find all the menus and options in order to transact with me. If you need to access your Ariba Network configurations, please click on the initials found in the top right-hand corner. And afterwards, click on Settings. Here, you can review your customer relationships, configure your users, configure your routing methods, and remittances. The first configuration we're going to cover are remittance. In order to configure your remittance, please click on the initials in the top right-hand corner, click on Settings, and go to Remittances. Once you are in that page, click on Create and fill in all the required information. Or you can edit any of the remittances that have been created before. Please note that it is not allowed to use your vendor ID as a code remittance ID. Please be reminded that this step is mandatory for suppliers from any country distributing supplies to Europe. Next configuration is to set up users and roles. So once again, go to the initials in the top right-hand corner of your screen, click on Settings, and then go to Users. Once you're in Users, you will be prompted to complete the Manage Roles section by clicking the plus sign. Complete the name and description of the function that you're creating, and choose the permissions you will give access to this role. After you have reviewed all the permissions, click Save to finish the process. Once the role has been created, go to the Users tab and click on the plus sign. Complete the information requested, like username, email address, first and last name, and assign the role that you will be giving to this user. For example, the one we just created. You can assign this user to view all customers or only selected ones. And once you have done so, click Done to finish the process. The person that you're creating the user for will receive an email notification prompting them to create their password. The next configuration is the electronic order route. This configuration enables you to receive email notifications every time that you receive a new purchase order. Once again, go to the initials in the top right-hand corner of your screen, go to Settings, and click on Electronic Order Route. Once you're there, please click on the routing method as email. In the space available, type in your email in which you want to receive those notifications, and please click on Include Documents in the email message. Afterwards, you can click Save to finish. The final configuration is the electronic invoice routing. In order to configure this, go to the initials in the top right-hand corner corner of your screen, go to Settings and select Electronic Invoice Routing Method. Please choose as the routing method online for invoices, and afterwards go to the tab marked with Tax Invoicing and Archive. Once you're there, complete the information for tax ID, VAT ID, and other supporting data. We will now review Nemak's transactional process. The first part of the process explains how to search and identify a PO. Please follow these instructions or watch the video in the following slide that will guide you through the process.
In order to identify your orders, you can use the workbench. Once you have logged into your account, click on Workbench. Here you will find all the tiles regarding the documents you're transacting. Remember, you can always customize the tiles that are visible. You can always delete tiles, or you can add new ones. Once you have edited your workbench, please click in any of the orders tiles and use the filters in order to identify the PO that you're searching for. Once you have done so, click on Apply Filters. And once you have identified the PO, click on the PO number.
Once you have identified your order, you can click on it to see the PO details. In the next video, you can see a little bit more detail on this process.
Once you have clicked on the PO number, you will be able to see all the information included in your purchase order. At the top part of your screen, you will find all the allowable actions, and below that you will find the information at header level, like from and to addresses, as well as the purchase order status, which is very important. Below that, you will find information like payment terms, contract numbers, supplier contact information, and the purchase order in PDF file so you can download. Below the information at header level, you will find information at line item level, which basically describes the items that will be purchased. If you click on details, you will be able to see more information regarding each of the line items included in your purchase order.
The next part of the process is the order confirmation. The order confirmation is a document that flows from the supplier to Nemak, confirming the reception of an order. Please be reminded that all purchase orders must be confirmed within 3 days of PO receipt, and that the confirmation is required in order to be able to issue the ASN. In the following video, you can see more in detail this process.
The next part of the process is to do the order confirmation. In order to do so, click on the Orders tile in your workbench. Use the filters in order to identify the correct purchase order, and once you have done so, please click on the blue number of the order number in order to enter. Once you're inside the purchase order, you will find the Create Order Confirmation button. Here, you can confirm the entire order, update line items, or reject the entire order. Let's now confirm the entire order. Please fill out the confirmation number, which will identify the order confirmation. If there are any internal supplier reference, you can fill it out. And choose your estimated delivery date. You can also fill out any comments that are deemed necessary. Once done so, please click on the next button to continue. In this screen, you will be able to review the confirmation, and after you click Submit, the order will be confirmed. Let's now reject the entire order. So click Create Order Confirmation and then click Reject the entire order. Here you will be prompted to select or to fill out the information for the confirmation number and the reject reason. So please, from the drop-down, choose your rejection reason. Once you have done so, please fill out the comments that are deemed necessary and click on Reject Order. The last step of this order confirmation process is to update line items. Here, we will be able to confirm, reject, or backorder each of the line items included in the purchase order. Once you have done so, click on the confirmation or fill out the confirmation number and any supplier reference. And pick the estimated delivery date as well. Also, please fill out any comments and go to each of the line section. Here, as I mentioned, you can confirm, backorder, or reject each of the line items included in the order. In this case, I am going to confirm the line item. After doing so, I'll click Next. And here I will be able to review the confirmation line by line. Once I have reviewed the confirmation and if the information is correct, I can hit on Submit in order to send the order confirmation.
A quick recap on order confirmation. Please remember you can confirm the entire order. You can also reject the entire order. And finally, you can update the line items. Continuing the process is the advanced shipping notification. The ASN is a document that flows from the supplier to the customer in order to notify of a shipping of a material. Please remember that for materials, it is mandatory to issue the advanced shipping notice when the materials ship to Nemak. Without the ASN, it will not be possible to receive the materials once they arrive to Nemak's facilities.
The next part of the process is to do the ASN, or the Advanced Shipping Notice. In order to do so, click on your Orders tile. And using the appropriate filters, choose the purchase order you would like to do the Advanced Shipping Notice. Once you have found the order, click on the blue numbers, and this will take you to the order number, Once you're inside the order, please click on Create Ship Notice. Once you're inside the order, please review all the information shipped from and delivered to addresses. There's no need to update them. And please fill out any information marked with an asterisk, like the packing slip ID. Please also choose the delivery date. And if you have the information available, the carrier name and service level. There is no need to fill out any information for gross volume or gross weight. Below, you will find the attachment section. So please feel free to choose the file you would like to attach and add that attachment to the Advanced Shipping Notice. You will also find the delivery information, where you must select the delivery terms and the shipping payment method. Below the information at header level, you will find the information at line level. Here, you need to complete all the information that is marked with an asterisk like the shipping quantity. And if there's a need to add any additional line items to this advanced shipping notice, you can select Add Order Line Item. Here, using the filters, you can select the line items that will be added to the purchase order, to the advanced shipping notice, I'm sorry. And once you have done so, you just select the box and click Add Selected Items. Once you added the selected items, please remember to fill out the information. Remember that you can always remove a line item if it was added by mistake. And after you have filled out the information, click on the next button. Once you have clicked on the next button, please make sure to review all the information that is found in the advanced shipping notice. If all the information is correct, you can click Submit in order to send the ASN to your customer, or you can click on Save for that ASN to be saved up to 60 days and it will not be sent to your customer.
So to quickly recap, you create the ASN at header level by filling out the information required. Next, you move into the line level by filling out all the information required at line level. You can also manage line items by adding or deleting new lines into an ASN. You can review the information you're submitting or save a draft. And finally, submit the final document. The next document in the scope is the service entry sheet, which is the document flowing from the supplier to the customer, confirming that a service has been executed. Please remember that for services orders, it is required to generate the service entry sheet once the service has been executed.
A process parallel to the advanced shipping notice is the service entry sheet. This will only apply to service orders. In order to create a service entry sheet, please go to your workbench and select Orders with Service Line. Here, use the appropriate filters in order to identify a purchase order. Once you have done so, click on the blue numbers in order to enter. And once you're inside the purchase order, please go to the Create Service Sheet button. This page will prompt you to fill out some of the information. Please fill out the service entry sheet number. You must fill in service start dates and service end dates. Any supplier reference if deemed necessary. And you must also fill in the approver of the service entry sheet and their email. The next step is to add any attachment in order to support your service. And once you have done so, move into the line item level. Here you will find all the information at line level. So it is important, if you have a service order with more than one line, fill out all the information. You may also include or exclude any of the lines included in the order. So if a service was not carried out completely, you can include the line items that were serviced. Once you have done so, click on Next to continue. In the next page, you can review all the information that you have filled out. And if the information is correct, you can submit the service entry sheet, or you can save it to be completed later.
Quick recap: create the service entry sheet and fill out the information at the header level. Please remember to fill out the name and email of the service approver. Then moving to line level, please fill out the information required at line item level. Remember, you can include or exclude lines. The next document in scope is the GR, or goods receipt. The goods receipt is a notification you as a supplier will receive from Nemak once the materials have been received. In order to review your GRs, please click on the purchase order number, and below the purchase order status, you will find the related documents. Here in this related documents area, you will be able to find the GR. You can click on it and you will be able to review all the information included. The last topic in our agenda are going to be the Ariba Network help resources. There are two specific options for customer support. One is the Nemak Supplier Information Portal, which is a portal designed specifically for Nemak suppliers that will contain functional guides, technical specifications, support resources, and all the training material in order to transact with Nemak. On the other hand, we have the SAP Ariba Global Customer Support, where you will find information pertaining all of Ariba's transactions. You also have the new Help Center, which you can reach by clicking on the link found in this slide. In order to access the Supplier Information Portal, click on your initials in the top right-hand corner, and then go to Settings. Afterwards, click Customer Relationships. Here, you will find a list of all the customers you have relationship with at your account. And in space marked with the number 3, you will find a link to the Supplier Information Portal. Remember, this portal is specific to each of your buyers, and it will contain information regarding how to transact with each of your customers. There are also 2 additional resources in which you can find information regarding Ariba. One is the Learning Center, where you can find all the information regarding the transactions and actions that you will be doing in Ariba. On the other hand, you have the Success Sessions, which are pre-recorded or live sessions with Ariba experts. Shown on the slide are a few useful links for education and troubleshooting. Please make sure to download a copy of today's presentation from the resource list, so you may have these useful links handy whenever you need them. This brings us to the end of today's training session. We thank you for your time and attention and encourage you to reach out if you have any additional questions as you transition to Ariba Network.